Hi, this is Duan Aditya from LightHaven. Now, I often get this question from a lot of students, especially after they learn partner drills with the knife. They ask, how do we practice these partner drills when we don't have a partner? Let's take a really simple example of this. Let's talk about the Sabayan drill that we have in Pikirita Shakali. So, someone is thrusting me low, I am bisecting that attack and I am thrusting my own. Then I am giving a slash, they are going to jam that slash and then they're going to give me an angle 1 from there, to which I reply with a cut and a parry. Then I do a low thrust, they jam, they give me a slash, I jam, I give them that angle 1, they cut and then they parry. And then we can go for high thrust and we can continue with the same, or we can continue with that low thrust. So is it relevant, or does it help to practice like this, or is it just a waste of time? That's the question we're going to be answering today. The first question we have to answer is it relevant or is it helpful to practice partner drills by yourself? Now, in my opinion, not exactly. I think you get a lot more bang for your buck is practicing the basics that form the partner drills. So let's talk about the Sabayan, for example. If you have drills that are teaching you to be able to thrust and slash, thrust and slash, or if you just work on your angle 1s and your angle 2s, you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck. Let's take double knife. If you're able to do this with double knife, just your angle 1 and your angle 2, then you're going to be learning to coordinate both your limbs with each other, both your weapons with each other, and learning to not cut yourself, right? The other reason why I don't think that practicing a partner drill by yourself is helpful is because it takes a lot of experience for someone to remember in their body and in their mind what a low thrust looks like, right? So for example, if I'm not experienced, I might be doing this as a jam for a low thrust. Now this might look okay, but in reality I know from experience that when a low thrust comes, often my jam is a lot lower. It's a lot lower. My body shape is a bit different as well. It could be that I am hollowing my body out. It could be that I am sidestepping with my body. It could even be in some situations when I'm going forward as I jam, right? But that takes experience for me to know, and experience for my body to learn how low is the hand, or what is the angle of the forearm to the bicep, for example, when I'm jamming an incoming low thrust, okay? If I'm not familiar with that, I could get to do something like this, but this in real life is not going to help me too much, and so I am kind of picking up bad habits, and I don't necessarily want to do that. Another similar example could be, I may not fully know how fast somebody is in a drill like this, and so maybe instead of slashing to reach them, I'm doing something like this. So I bisect the first one and I'm doing something like this instead of trying to reach them. So because it takes a while for you to understand and kind of absorb the drill in how far you are from your partner, the exact angles of attack, what it looks like, what it feels like, for them to attack you, for you to attack them, where their attack is coming, where are you jamming. Again, in a simple example, someone's attacking me with an angle 2, am I jamming here, am I jamming here, am I jamming here, is it here? It's really hard to kind of get those positions correct without a lot of experience within that specific drill. It's not enough to also just have experience within the art that you're practicing. It's not enough to have experience within Pikiti. You have to have experience within that specific drill and experience with a lot of different people within that specific drill to be able to do all of these things by yourself. So what can we do instead? Now, the basic premise or the problem that comes, or what we're trying to do with this question is, how do I practice being able to jam or parry or bisect an incoming attack and then attack with an attack of my own, right? Because that's what a drill is. Someone is attacking me, I am counter attacking, they are re-countering my counter, I am re-countering their counter, and then I am attacking again, right? So it's attack, offense, counter offense, re-counter offense. That's essentially what you're trying to accomplish, and trying to understand that, and you're trying to learn. Now, if we cannot practice this solo, what can we do? For me, it comes down to being able to coordinate my hands in intelligent and effective ways. I'm going to now share with you a simple drill for you to do this, and kind of the premise or the principles behind that drill. The first principle is the principle of filling space. When my weapon is down, my hand is up. When my weapon is up, my hand is down. Okay. Again, this is not a principle of fighting. You don't always have to do this. There are many instances where my weapon can be up and my hand can be up. I'm talking about a way for us to drill these partner drills, because you'll find these in partner drills very often. So again, filling space. When my knife is down, my hand is up for sure, it's not down. When my knife is up, maybe my hand can cover down like this, okay? The idea is to cover both your body but also levels. I want to cover high and low, I want to cover high and low, okay? So that's principle number one. Principle number two is I want my hand to fill in the space left by the knife. Now this is similar to principle number one of covering levels, but this can also extend towards reaching for my opponent. So a simple example, which is going to be our first drill for doing this, is angle 1, angle 2, and my hand reaches out at the end of that angle 2. So I'm going 1, 2, reach, 1, 2, reach. Now that reach can be with a palm strike, a straight palm, and kind of attack to the eyes, or it can be a hack, right? When I'm hitting with this part, a hack, I'm hitting with this part of the, where my watch is essentially, okay? So it can be angle 1, angle 2, hit, angle 1, angle 2, hit, angle 1, angle 2, punch, anything but when my knife goes to load for my forehand, then hand comes out, okay? Because it's filling the space left behind by the knife. So that can be drill number 1 to do this. So 1, 2, hit, 1, 2, hit. We can even switch to Pakal. 1, 2, hit, 1, 2, hit. I'm going to take a quick break in the video to tell you a little bit about the exclusive content that we offer on our YouTube memberships and on our Patreon page. On both YouTube memberships and on Patreon, we offer an extended, exclusive version of the YouTube videos that we put out here for free for you guys. But on Patreon, we have 3 ongoing series that are exclusive to Patreon. The first is called Drill of the Week, an example of which you guys saw last week, where I take double stick, single stick, double knife, single knife, stick and knife, empty hands, and I give you a series of drills that you can spend the rest of the week practicing. The second is called Two Horns Training Thoughts. It's essentially where I give you my thoughts on training, martial arts, approaching fights, all of that kind of stuff. The third is a newer series called Ancient Arts, Modern Warriors, where we get to geek out or nerd out on the martial arts together. It's a slightly longer form video where we talk about the evolution of the martial arts, how martial arts are connected to each other, the relevance of the martial arts in today's world, etc, etc, etc. So if you'd like to know more about any of this stuff, please do check out the links in the description down below. Now back to the video. Drill number 2 is similar, and we're going to add it to drill number 1. So it's just going to be a continuous drill. So we're going to go 1, 2, hit, low thrust, hand goes down at the same time as I go low thrust, slash, hit, okay? So again, 1, 2, hit, thrust, the hand goes down, comes back up, and the hand hits. So one more time, slash, slash, hit. As the knife thrusts from down to up, this hand is going to go down, and then as this hand comes back to slash, this hand is going to come out. Then again, 1, 2, hit, thrust, slash, hit. Now instead of again thinking of this as kind of gospel, that every time my hand goes, my knife goes up, my hand has to go down, just think of it as part of the drill to accomplish that one very specific thing. That specific thing is learning to coordinate my hands and fill in those spaces. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, if you learned from what you saw, please do like and share this video. If you have anything to add, any of your own experiences, any questions, leave that in the comments down below. All of these things really do help out the school and the channel a lot. Also, please do subscribe. A huge thank you to everybody on our Patreon page and everybody on our YouTube memberships. If you'd like to know more about the exclusive content that we offer there, check out the links in the description down below. Lastly, thank you to you guys for watching, and see you in the next video.